years ago in a scrapyard in Smithville, I met the Edison team. They had Topsy there and they pulled my low boy with the tank on it effortlessly.
Like it's not even there.
I knew I had to get involved with the project at that point, so I asked, you know what, let's build some pickup trucks. So here we are 2 years later, we got our first prototype, and I want to see if it can pull the tank just as effortlessly as Topsy did. And it's either going to be a really good day or a really bad day with a bunch of parts scattered all over the road here. So let's get into it. Here we go.
So we got everything done in the LandCruiser as far as we can take it now, but I'm gonna ship this truck back to Rich in Ontario so we can do some testing out there.
You have to buckle up this high. You don't have to buckle up.
So all of our lugs are starting to move, and we got rubber all over the floor. All right, so I'm sitting on the 95 Ram, which was our first prototype. But as you guys know, we've been working on the LC, and that one came to fruition quicker because that came with a company that wanted to fund it as well. That accelerated the build and the knowledge that we can gain from their testing it. Now we're going to take all of that, what we've learned, and apply it to the Ram. We want this to be the best possible version that it can be, and knowledge is where that's at. Now, if you're interested in Edison and you want to find out more or how to invest, you can head to edisonmotors.ca. The portal to invest is there. Anybody in Canada can invest now. You don't have to be accredited, but it's also open to the entire world. So I'm very excited about everything that's happening, and very excited to show you a fully working LandCruiser LC79 diesel electric hybrid. So let's get into the video. Here we go. We're just flushing the cooling system, just putting all this water through the system, turning the pump on. Peter got my pump going, I think. So I turned the key on. It does this little cycle thing. And if I turn this one on, well, that sounds good. Nice. Look at that. That's a high flowing pump, man.
Wow. Yeah, that really moves.
That moves a lot of coolant, and it's quiet.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
That is quiet. Nice. I don't know if my garden hose can keep up, but we'll let it run for a good little bit, and then we'll replace it with nice clean coolant. Then we're all set. We got nice clear water coming out now. Just let it, and man, that water pump just pumps a pile of water.
That's pretty impressive.
I'm actually really impressed, and the fact that you can't hear it at all. Put some coolant in there, and then when it starts pumping out green, we'll hook everything back up again. Nice. All right, kind of a big moment. We're gonna fire up this 2.8. Batteries are charged. We've got Peter here, and we've got Keaton here, kind of like that guy from the Big Bang Theory.
Oh yeah.
Space, or just walked around on the computer screen.
Yeah. Live from BC.
So live, Keaton's on the other side of the computer in BC. When you're on the thermal camera, just to make sure, we got engine oil, 1540 in there, Rotella. It's a scooch low, so I'm gonna top it up.
Bottom right. Okay. Should be good.
Okay, so we're not sure if it's something to do with our computer or not, so all I did was plug in another harness from the RAM and then give it power off of the battery, and we've got the engine is on and we can read this gauge now. So you can start. I'll have to shut the engine off here to shut it off. Let's see. I'd give you a high five, but I'm holding the camera and I'm holding a bunch of wires together. Oh, record that, yeah. So let's get it off and do it with the let's do it with the truck itself, because now we know that the fuel is there.
Yeah.
Now it's all on you.
Okay.
All right, so we got it running. It's great. Now we got to get Peter. Peter, you look different.
Yeah, it's Keaton this time.
We're tag teaming. Yeah. Peter's gone. Keaton's all the way from BC. What are you doing?
Yeah, so right now I'm working on the screens. You have a slightly older model of the screens, which didn't anticipate, so I have to update the OS on it. So that's going to take about an hour.
Ooh, but look.
Yeah,
look. A screen that says something. That's awesome.
Exactly, yeah. So what that means is that all of our wiring works. We're not getting any weird CAN issues. So once this is taken care of, that means we'll be able to start displaying important information on the screen.
All right, we got it. We are a serious company, right?
Well, that's my favorite shirt of all time. Thank you very much. It's my first time programming a screen. I'm allowed to put my favorite shirt on it. A short order, those letters and numbers will actually mean something and won't just be placeholders.
Yeah, because everything is 0 right now.
Yeah. I just need to write the code for the other computers to actually send the screen the message.
While he does that, I'm going to bed. All right, Keaton, what have you done?
All right, well, we got the vacuum pump working. We've got the coolant pump working. So that means it was time for me to recalibrate the axles to unlock full power. I've done that, and now we're about to back it up into the shop, out of the shop, and hopefully not T-bone one of Rich's nice cars in the lot.
T-bone the Mercedes. I hate that car.
Unfortunately, I'm backing away from the Mercedes right now, so.
Don't show the steers in there.
It's well insured.
Yeah.
I'll split the money with you.
All right. Here we go.
All right. Got an issue with the power steering yet, so we're working on that. So no power steering, so Keaton doesn't have to go to the gym tonight. So let's see if we got some extra power, because before we were limited to 5 kilometers an hour. They're stopped. But is it stopped because it's broken? There's something wrong? Are they just data logging? Are they just checking numbers? But they're moving again, so. Holy crap. Whoa, that was a 4-wheel peel. That was a 4-wheel peel. While you're moving, and then you stepped on it, you broke loose with all tires.
Perfect.
That's crazy. How'd that feel?
Start moving, and once we straighten out, I am going to. Yeah, the screen like launches like a fucking missile out of there. Yeah, because Peter had his hand there, and he's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, standing outside, you're like, "Oh, it accelerates," but in here, it's something else.
Yeah.
I thought Topsy was crazy, like in something that big accelerating like that, but in this, it's
This
just
thing is heavy, and it just
takes off.
Takes off. Like, it's crazy.
That was wild.
Yeah. Right now, the shifting was done in one night and isn't very smooth, I would say. So I'm going to work on that, making the system a little bit more robust in terms of its monitoring and like the throttle pedal, like making sure that it's checking for burnouts and stuff like that.
And then when are we driving to town?
We can drive to town whenever Rich is ready to drive to town.
All right, I gotta get some plates.
Yeah.
Well, we can go to town.
Power steering, maybe.
Yeah, the power steering is kind of a big one. So
Yeah, we'll see what we can do about that.
awesome.
So right now it's idling at 800 RPM. So the thing we've noticed is we managed to make it respond to our RPM commands, but it seems to go up very, very slowly. Yeah, so it's gone from like 810 to now about 850, but it's very, very slow for some reason, and we're still trying to figure out why. We want it to be able to speed up to about 1800 RPM so that we can get a good generator voltage to start charging the batteries. But as long as it's maintaining an RPM and applying torque as necessary, we should be able to charge at pretty much any RPM above 1300. Right on. Yeah, we're almost at 900 now. Yeah, so it seems to be going up a little bit faster than last time, but still like pretty slow. Like we're still looking at a couple minutes for every 100 RPM. Yeah, like this is a huge improvement. Before it wasn't responding to any of our CAN messages and it was just sitting at idle. But now it's doing exactly what we want it to, just slowly. So there, I've just turned it back down to idle. I'm going to put it into torque mode now. To do that, I'm going to put a speed limit on of it of 1100 so it doesn't go crazy mode. And I'm going to set a torque value of 50. It should speed up pretty quick right away. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, there it wasn't listening to our speed limit, so that's other things we got to play around with. But yeah, like huge progress. The engine was one of two things that we were like, I'm not sure if this is gonna work the way we want it to, but it's working the way we want it to. So now I just got to play around with the generator and we should be able to charge our batteries.
All right, it's now 20 to 2 in the morning. This is typical for us, eh, Keaton?
Pretty typical, yeah.
Keaton, as you can tell, has longer hair and has a longer beard. And has been here now for 3 weeks.
The third week I think will start Thursday.
Keaton asked for help, so we got John. Hi, John.
Hi.
I don't think his name is John. He doesn't speak a whole lot of English, but he's helping us with the generator and he's helping us with the chiller. Unfortunately, we blew a AC line on the AC here. And in Wisconsin, I had these fittings welded together. This to here, and they keep blowing here. So I've done it twice now, so that's enough. I gotta make some sort of coupler to hold these together because now it's full of Freon, so now we won't be able to weld these and I gotta take the whole thing apart. That's not fun. But we are ready to start generating power. Keaton, this one's the one?
You know what? Let's say yeah.
We were starting the engine and then turning on the generator, but John was telling us that I think we gotta turn the generator on first and then try and start the engine. So we're gonna try that.
This is the big scary one. This is the complicated. It's the generator and the engine hopefully working together. I got them working last night, so let's hope they're not shy for the camera.
It's always a problem. So now we got to monitor engine temperatures, intake air temperatures, and making sure that the batteries don't explode. The batteries aren't gonna explode, are they?
No, they didn't. No.
No. That is a 2.8. That puts out 160 horsepower. All right, we got a 100 kilowatt generator. Yeah. But you're able to increase and decrease.
Yeah, so we're gonna
load that it puts
we're
on,
gonna
right?
be going for like 1 to 6 kilowatts to start.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a very baby test. We're gonna get like 5 amps of currents in there. That's less than what the wall charger puts out.
Okay.
We're gonna go real slow.
So if we find that the engine is underpowered and we need a bigger engine, it's okay. We don't have to redo this whole truck. It just takes longer to charge.
Yeah, exactly. We have complete control of both the engine and the generator, so we can set them both to their happy points, or if for some reason their happy points are completely separate from each other, like one likes to operate at 6,000 RPM, 100 Newton meters of torque, but the other wants to go 800 RPM, 500 Newton meters of torque. Then we just find the middle ground where they're both happy, or that makes the system work, and we go there.
And this is where real world testing comes in, and that will determine what engines we pick from here on out. Not necessarily this 2.8. We do have a 3.6 cat, and we're looking at Euro 6 hopefully as well. We're moving ahead with that, giving you all sorts of different options, but this is our base start and our guinea pig. Hopefully we can make some smoke. All right, today is a super scary day because I'm towing our $500,000 prototype down the highway with my homemade truck. And we are on the way to the dyno to see how much this thing puts down. Basically just making sure that everything stays together. And if it does, it'll be a fantastic day. If it blows apart, we won't be able to deliver this to the customer, but we figure rather break it in Ontario rather than ship it all the way to the other side of the continent. So, Keaton, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, I think.
Confident-ish?
I'd say no reason but to be optimistic.
That's good.
If I am going to be depressed later today, why not just be happy in the morning? If it goes wrong, I'll have the rest of my life to be sad about it.
That's true, that's true. This could be your last happy day of your life, Keaton.
Exactly.
All right, so we're here with Frank from 4-Star Motorsports and his signature dyno. We're gonna take a little bit of extra time and throw some extra straps on here, just because we have no idea what this thing is gonna do. How is it different setting up an EV on this dyno compared to a regular car?
Did you bring 2 quarters? We could flip and find out how to set it up. It's a first. The hard one is there's no engine, so we don't have an RPM reference.
Right.
So we have gearing, and you said this is going to pull a boat, so we have to figure out the gear ratio based on trial and error, and then we'll go from there.
We are here instead of at McMaster because their dyno broke. You can put the ram the full length?
We got to see on the wheelbase potentially.
Yeah, extended cab long box. It's
No.
a big truck. No.
Too big, no. Way too big. This is almost the limit on this one.
Oh, okay,
so.
all right. All right, so thank you very much to 4-Star Motorsports for allowing us to use your dyno. Now, we've called 4 or 5 other dyno places. First of all, we need an all-wheel drive dyno. And second of all, it's an electric vehicle. And I think those other 4 shops saw our Audi videos and refused to allow us to use their dyno. So the main purpose of using the dyno was test it in a controlled environment, make sure that nothing overheated, there was no grinding, I could get up close to it and listen to stuff. So big shout out to Daniel from Motor Wrench who works here, who gave me this nice snap-on infrared camera, because I usually forget one thing, and I forgot my camera this morning. I wanted to make sure that everything was okay. So that's 92, tires are 122. Everything else looks nice and cool. Dynos are mainly meant for ICE engines, where you input your final drive, your tire size, all this stuff. The computer does a lot of calculations for you. With electric, we can't put RPM of the engine in there, and so we get numbers, but they're a little bit skewed. These are all homemade. That is a electric motor in front of a homemade diff case with some Dana 44 pieces put on it. And we need to know, are these motors big enough, small enough? We are going to turn ours into a dual motor, and we need some real data to be able to see exactly what we need. So
It's a learning curve for us too, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're gonna find out. The biggest unknown, as you know, is the torque. Are we gonna have 1,000 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels, or are we gonna have 10,000 foot-pounds of torque?
yeah, what's this dyno good for?
It's good for about 1,500 wheel horsepower, which
Okay.
is about 2,300.
Okay.
Torque, unknown. Flip the quarter and we'll see.
Yeah,
Basically, if we max it out, we max it out.
What did that feel like torque-wise for you, Frank?
It's pretty impressive. We're at about 650 at the wheels at about 175 horsepower. So it's pretty good. Then the power goes up to about 300 horsepower at the wheels. Then the torque drops down to about 525. So times 30%. But it's if you remap it, yeah, the thing's definitely a bulldozer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll pull anything. It'll be impressive.
The torque drops off pretty aggressively the faster you go.
But this is geared so much with the differentials and all that.
Yeah.
So the numbers, you have to do some math.
So now we're just gonna put a constant load on it for a while. This is nerve-wracking because this is when everything gets stressed, and we're gonna try and get the heat pump to turn on. So that is, that's where John starts to shine. We're gonna put a constant load on it to try and warm up the battery so the heat pump will turn on. All of that is tire noise. There's zero noise other than the tire noise, which is just bonkers. Smell is tire.
I know.
Like,
the carcass is cold.
okay.
Oh yeah, it's just yeah.
Just the face?
Yeah.
Okay.
The front ones are definitely.
So if the back's doing more work, why is the front warmer?
Now the front's working harder.
What are we gonna do? Because I don't think you can get the batteries hot enough before the
Well,
tires
if we're just worried about the tires, we can just apply a high load. If like
all that energy is still getting transferred, whether it's
What if we do a short duration?
Yeah,
we
try
can try
it.
that.
The reason for putting our truck on the dyno was to be able to put the LandCruiser to its limits. Unfortunately, we just put this dyno to its limits, which is pretty cool. So the problem is we had our tires up to about 160, 170. We don't really want to push them too much harder than that, so we can't warm this thing up fast enough to check out the chiller.
The tires are burnt.
Yeah. So all of our lugs are starting to move, and we got rubber all over the floor. We just can't. That is awesome. Transferring all that power through the tires, and that's 4 tires.
like individual cell temperature is 27. It went up 2 degrees from absolutely hammering on it there. Like we were really pushing it to the limit, and yeah, just like did not.
There's a pile of rubber underneath the tire.
Yeah.
Like it's just chewing the tires off. We can't, like the whole dyno is just covered in rubber. All those black, that's just rubber coming off the tire. That is amazing.
Yeah.
We couldn't test it to the max, right?
No, we're overheating the tires within 5-6 seconds. They're going from 100 degrees to 160 after one hard pull. So she has a lot of torque. 1,500 foot-pounds of torque off the line coming out of corners. Amazing.
All right, well, Frank, thank you very, very much.
It's been a pleasure. Till next time.
Yes. Successful day. When your tires are your limiting factor, that is pretty amazing. So happy that nothing flew apart. I was pretty nervous last night. I don't sleep the nights before. This thing's getting dropped off to the customers next week, and now I know that we can push it to the limit and the axles are staying together. But I think we feel confident now that we could probably hook this truck up to the semi with the tank on it. All right, so Kevin's in the cab. He is building air.
You can use my truck, at least the heat works.
You're hot? You're good? All right, we're gonna throw some pails on top of the exhaust just to prove that it's not running. All right, let's see if we can do this. All right, let's go. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.
Let's set the microwave here. And we're off. Microwave, we're popping some popcorn. Just having a whale of a time.
Are you entertained?
This thing's really going, man.
doing really good on current draw, by the way.
What's that? Going 23 and a half kilometers an hour.
Holy smokes, we're flying. Our chain broke?
Yeah, that's okay. Chain broke, but that's okay. No damage.
That chain came unhooked, I think.
All right.
Well, that's good.
Well, that's not bad.
I think that's perfect.
That was my bad. We started going faster and faster and faster. Got 100,000 pounds behind me. So I think I started slowing down, and then the chain went slack, and then the chain went under the tire and snapped the chain.
Well, I did hit the spike.
You did hit the spike? Right,
the
so
spike.
maybe the spike and then the chain came
Well, then
loose,
you started to get a little bit farther ahead. Then I let off the spike, so I didn't want to pull your bumper off.
Right.
It was just and then all of a sudden,
Yeah, it's hard.
so the chain, is it broke or did it unhook?
I don't know.
The chain I threw in still got the hooks on.
That worked really, really well.
I couldn't believe how fast we were going. I don't know the speedometer I was looking, but I believe it just unhooked.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I was full. I was not full throttle.
No, you like on the dyno we hit 600 amps. At most we did 200 on that video.
But I think we hit 40 kilometers an hour, no problem. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, give him a honk when we start moving. We're moving.
I'm like spinning the tires.
Start flying. Let's say be a little gentler on the throttle.
Okay.
Go, yeah, keep going.
That was the bumper, came right off.
All of a sudden, just slowed right down.
Yeah. Oh, he just died.
How's the microwave? You kill it? Ah. Not the popcorn. Oh no. My popcorn didn't pop all the way. Oh, it's hot.
Well, that was too bad. We had so much torque, we ripped the bumper right off the truck.
We got some in there. See the
So-
fruits of our labor here.
I think that's the end of our testing, but it definitely did it.
We lost the bucket.
The butter, there's so much butter because there's not very much popcorn. That's good.
Peter, how fast did we get going there?
We got 46.
How bad's the bumper?
Better hardware.
So it ripped it right out of the frame, like. Yeah, that's bolted in. That's pretty crazy. The bolts are still in it. It pulled it through the hole.
Yeah. I came on the brakes. I tried to avoid it. There's the proof.
That's a good bumper.
There's your damage.
So that was a huge success. It got going too fast, and I let off, and that's why Keaton's like, man, we're going really fast. So you might want to let off. So we let off, and then the chain went slack. Then you put a little bit of brake on. Then I hit the throttle again.
And then the air brake's a little lag, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that I'm the air brake and we're still getting closer, and then all of a sudden you took off, and then the brakes jumped, you grabbed, and then.
Giddy up. Alrighty, we're going back. We just pulled that semi truck. We're cooking some popcorn because we didn't quite get to the end of the bag last time. We're looking here. Used only a few percent. Earlier we were at about 71% battery, I think. Now we're down to 67.
All right, so we took some guesses as to how much the LC weighs, and it's 7460 pounds.
No, that's kilograms?
No, it's not kilograms.
Oh, you changed it.
We
Okay,
changed
yeah.
it to pounds.
Changed it.
We changed it for our American friends. So what's a kilogram? It's like that thing only weighs 4,000 pounds. That's really impressive. I don't know what they weigh stock. So now we're gonna pull the semi on with the tank and see how much that weighs and see how much total we actually pulled today. That's like exactly 100,000 pounds. We just pulled 100,000 pounds with a pickup truck, 40 kilometers an hour. 46 kilometers an hour before we got scared and let off because we were going too fast. It was starting to sway a little bit. 100,000 pounds with a pickup truck. I didn't even break a sweat. Now I'm gonna try and race the Kenworth just as is and see how long it takes me to get to my skid marks where we locked up the trailer. And that'll be the telltale sign as to can the LC do it quicker? Not only can it do it quicker? Here we go. I hit exactly 46 kilometers an hour. So this is what it did to the bumper. It pulled a little bit out there, and then it sheared, or it didn't shear, it stripped all the bolts right out. Jeez. But they're going the opposite way. Like so these bolts are going straight up and down. Yeah. And it pulled it out this way. So, but it's not a blind hole, so I can just drill those out, and then we'll grab some new grade 8 hardware tomorrow. So that's not a big deal at all. I'm like so happy. Man, that was great. You're an engineer, Keaton. How much PSI does it take to rip 6 grade 8 bolts, fine thread, like out of the truck this way?
I guess less than it takes to make the truck go 50 kilometers an hour with a semi with a tank on it behind it.
All right, guys, that was a fantastic day. We drove it back into the shop. The Kenworth's back home again. Everything's safe. I wanted to pull it a little bit farther, but the truck was starting to sway, so we both slowed down. We ended up, Kevin stopped and I went, and there went the bumper. Best case scenario, a couple bolts sheared out of the frame. We'll put those bolts back in again, no problem. But man, alive, a pickup truck that pulls 100,000 pounds just as fast as a 14.6 liter, 13-speed Cat. That was a huge, impressive day. We got all our systems working, and it is off to the customers. So thanks guys for watching. There's lots more stuff coming up on the channel. We got the Fargo coming in with the injection pump. We got some construction going on out back. That'll be a video coming up soon. Very excited that another project is finished on the channel. Also check out Edison Motors as they delivered their first semi. That's 2 trucks delivered within 2 weeks of each other, which is monumental time for us here in 2025. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. Remember, if you're not filthy, you're not rich. Get out there and work on it. Couldn't be happier. Pickup truck pulling 100,000 pounds, effortlessly going down the road. Man, that's awesome. Here we go.